Hi, in this video we are going to learn about monologues and we are going to examine an example. Before we start, let me ask you some questions. Do you ever talk to yourself? Do you do that? Do you talk to yourself? If you do, if yes, you talk to yourself, what do you talk about to yourself? And if you don't, what would you talk about if you talked to yourself? What would you say? Finally, what would you like to say to the world right now? Right? You don't have to give me the answers, but those are answers to help you think about monologues because we are using that type of speech in this lesson. All right? I think you are ready for this activity. Let's read together. Read the following definition of a monologue. In a play or film, a monologue, from the Greek monos, alone, solitary, and logos, speech, is a speech presented by a single character, only one person speaks, generally to express their opinion, confront or address another character, or talk directly to the audience. Right? Two basic types of monologues are common in drama. Exterior monologue, in which the performer speaks to another person who is not present, or to the audience. In the interior monologue, the actor speaks as if to himself or herself. All right. Thank you very much for reading that with me. Let's make sure that we understand what this definition refers to. What is the main characteristic of a monologue? What is it? One person speaks. Yes, it is performed by one person only. And how many basic types of monologues are there? There may be many, but the basic types are exterior and interior. Yes, two types. Oh, the question was how many? Two. Good. All right. Let's see an example of a monologue and we're going to learn from them. Let's read it first and then we are going to, let's say, analyze it together. The title is That is Little Princess by Suleiman A. Kuwait, and it was written in Kuwait, age 14. All right? Could be Suleiman. Suleiman. That is a beautiful name. Description. A young girl gets a new baby sister and is scared that she won't be the favorite anymore. That is the summary, let's say, of this monologue. And she says, "My life is ruined thanks to my baby sister. It was a quiet Saturday morning. Mom and Dad hadn't arrived yet. Dad said Mom's stomach was hurting. She was bloated, means it was big. In fact, she has been for the last 9 months." So she's using commas to give it a sense of sequence of several isolated thoughts put together. Yes? "When they came home, I couldn't believe my eyes. 'Meet your baby sister, Ellie,' Daddy said. I was an only child and I liked that a lot. Now I am doomed," means that it's the end of the world for me. "All she does is cry and be on Mommy's lap," so she's sitting on Mommy's legs, "while my parents only worried about her. Is it that they don't love me anymore? I see how they get rid of me. Daddy, I am not your little princess anymore. And that's why I'm running away." Okay, that's what she's doing. She's escaping from home. She's not the princess anymore. All right. To analyze that monologue, we are going to answer the following questions. All right. How did the speaker describe the setting, place, and time? What did she use to describe the setting? How did she start her monologue? She said that her life is ruined thanks to a baby sister. Oh, it was a quiet Saturday morning. And mom and dad hadn't arrived. So she's talking about the time, and she is at home. All right. How did she describe pregnancy? She says that her father said that mommy's tummy was hurting and it was bloated. It means that it was inflated. Yes. How did she feel before her sister was born? She says that. Did she express that? Yeah, she said that she liked that a lot. And I liked that a lot, she said. How does she describe her life now? She says that she has some details. She says, now I am doomed. All she does is cry and be on mommy's lap with my parents only worry about her. And then she asks, is it that they don't love me anymore? All right. What conclusions did she draw from the situation? That's what I was reading. Is it that they don't love me anymore? I see how they get rid of me, Daddy. I'm not your little princess anymore. She expresses some conclusions about the situation. And finally, how does she conclude her monologue? So what's the last thing she says? With a very surprising statement. And that's why I'm running away. She's escaping. She's announcing that. All right? So is she talking to herself or to her dad and mom? She's not saying dad, mom. She's saying they and he. She speaks about them in the third person, so it means that they are not present there. She is either speaking to herself or she's speaking to an audience, but the dad and the mom and the sister are not there. All right? So that is what we need to include in a monologue. It has, as we could see, we have an introduction, and in that introduction, we talk about the setting where the action is taking place, but especially we say what we are talking about. There's a first statement. We're going to see those in detail later in future lessons, but for now, I would like for you to remember that in a monologue, we have a setting, a description of the setting. We have some details about what we have to say to the world or to the audience, to the person we're speaking to. And we have a conclusion. We have to end it somehow, not leave it hanging there. All right? So with that in mind, I would like for you to listen to the pronunciation of a little girl saying this, and you are going to practice your pronunciation. So I am going to pause my video for you to do that now.
My life is ruined thanks to my baby sister. It was a quiet Saturday morning. Mom and Dad hadn't arrived yet. Dad said Mom's stomach was hurting. She was bloated. In fact, she has been for the last 9 months. When they came home, I couldn't believe my eyes. "Meet your baby sister, Ellie," Daddy said. I was an only child, and I liked that a lot. Now I'm doomed. All she does is cry and be on Mommy's lap with my parents only worried about her. Is it that they don't love me anymore? I see how they get rid of me, Daddy. I'm not your little princess anymore, and that's why I'm running away.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for practicing your pronunciation and for remembering that in a monologue we have a setting, we have some details, and we have a conclusion. All right. With that in mind, thank you very much for having completed this pronunciation activity and for having thought about the parts of a monologue. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.